strange feeling. But what I'm dealing with has nothing to do with confusion. Everything is crystal clear like when a teenager commits a misdemeanor. My fist will never fear the cheek of the guilty. I'm filthy, stealing riches from the wealthy and giving them to the poor. I'm just your modern day Robin Hood, robbing goods from those who could afford to give a little more. Of course I'm driven from a force that I could not ignore. The source of the force is distributed portion by portion throughout all carnivores. Carnivals could be bad karma for those who choose to blow their nose all over their morals. Unethical clowns, I'm skeptical now. Who's to say if the dues we pay will be noticed by a respectable crowd? Tension allowed, cause every time I step into a puddle I stumble and all my muscles tighten up to a point where I might give up. But why give up if problems lighten up? I might as well fight the dust instead of bite like the rest. I confess these words I digest and spit them out, so complex. Why ask why when you know I'm that guy who can flow like a creek, so unique. Let me teach with my speech, evolution I control. Parasites prepare to bite and attempt to share the life of my paradise. I will strike with a knife with all my might and gouge out the eyes that seem to pry into my business, eliminating all witnesses. This isn't a fitness test, you can sit and rest as I engage your interest with my sixth sense. In life there's always a consequence, especially if an ingredient in your recipe is constant stress. I cannot express enough emotion to my devotion in helping those with less. You need to be as informative as possible to perform a gig in a hospital, or you'll just look stupid when you try to play your music with no truth to it. You'll just look stupid. No truth to it. No truth to it. Hallucinations in the form of a mirage is all I see when I practice rapping in my garage. I picture the audience laughing at my every action, confidence collapsing through my lack of passion. Time to get the fuck out of Dodge. I'm stuck in a funk like a Richie Sexton slump. My pen I haven't picked up for more than a couple of months. Time to get over the hump. I'm a little bit older and tough to rekindle the feeling of love. For music I must remember the amusement that's included in constructing a cut. So no longer will I be running with scissors, I'll be hanging with wizards so I can deliver a quiver full of magical rhythms, and I'll add a few sentences. But excuse my senselessness, I'm just trying to get my 10 cents in. I'm like a sensitive senator with an oral presentation for the present nation. Gonna coil my hand around this microphone and attempt to boil the blood pressure of my foes. Those who trade blood for oil will be the first to know I am very loyal in pointing out where bullshit grows. Why ask why when you know I'm that guy who can flow like a creek, so unique. Let me teach with my speech, evolution I control. So I remove myself from what has not helped, and although the cards were dealt, my hand sits up on a shelf where I've started to melt candle wax to dismantle my action. I pass and check, or whatever you want to call it. I am not all in. It appears that I fall and there's no one to catch me. My thoughts travel at a speed faster than a leopard. Never am I pressured into putting forth the effort that experts say if one exerts excellence is greater than lesser. I'm known to be sly like Uncle Fester, and I try not to set off sensors when I hike on my adventures. The limit's the sky through the eye of the pretender.
Having a hard time with this fucking shit. My musical ability is growing, but too slowly as luck would have it. I try to be a jack of all trades, but I'm more like a 6 or 7 now than reach that harmonious heaven. There's so much time haunting my hands, I got to advance the skills. Social life dwindling, still all I think about is music and rekindling the flame, which is blown away every time I get frustrated. It happens almost every day, I'm ashamed to say. I got to sit back and reach deep into the reserves of my mind, looking for flavor where I've seemed to run dry. Look to my friends for inspiration, pop a CD in the deck and listen to superior sound vibrations by my favorite musicians. I hope I don't steal too much, I hope I'm not just rewriting. When people hear this they say that guy's just fighting. Fuck it, I guess I don't really care what you think. I'm doing this for myself and for the sake of my psyche. Music therapy cures all my mental instabilities, or so it seems. I just have to polish it and make it big so I can show it to people who I respect, and hopefully they appreciate my efforts towards this improvement.
To calm myself down, I use music as a therapy. I stay up late some nights to the point where I can barely see. So many people abuse music and make it so carelessly. But no one knows what I need to do, and not even if they dare me. To calm myself down, I use music as a therapy. I stay up late some nights to the point where I can barely see. So many people abuse music and make it so carelessly, but it won't influence me to do it, not even if they're daring me. Music is a medicine, I use it when I don't feel good. It's almost like a sedative, satisfies me like a meal would. I just want to break bread and then feed my entire family. Wait for true feeling to settle in, a feeling as sweet as candy. Doing something good for a change really makes me happy. It's like my entire life I felt like I've been standing on flat feet. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but I know it's very awkward. If I was you, I wouldn't stay close to me, can't tell when I'll fall backwards. But every time I write a rhyme, I feel incredibly special. Fireworks go off inside my mind, the pattern of the instrumental. Why can't I see through the atmosphere? Why has God trapped us here? He's serving us the flattest beer. I'm pretty sure this can't be fair. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Every day I sit and worry. Where is life gonna take me? What am I gonna do when I'm 30? Why is that I am in such a fucking hurry? I just wanna make music all my life. This is my decision, no jury. To calm myself down, I use music as a therapy. It's still up late some nights to the point where I can barely see. So many people abuse music and make it so carelessly, but it won't influence me to do it, not even if they're daring me. To calm myself down, I use music as a therapy. I stay up late some nights to the point where I can barely see. So many people abuse music and make it so carelessly, but it won't influence me to do it, not even if they're daring me. I don't wanna go to the bar, all I see is fist fights. I wanna travel those so far, skipping through the midnight. No matter what I'll do, I make sure to keep it true. I make music just for you and play with it until it's tight. Rhythm is a puzzle piece, mess with it till it fits right. Syllables are hovering, acting as if tight. I don't wanna be called a liar, but I know that I'm on fire, pushing forward the force of desire, less and less alcohol hits my lips twice. Cause every time I drink too much, it seems like I can never spit right. But every time I smoke a blunt, my words take off in flight. This is just how it is, I don't care, I'm still proud of it. Even if I can't freestyle a bit, I'm fierce just like a pit's bite. Although we've never done a show, I feel that it is in sight. Give us one chance to glow and you'll say that our shit's tight. But right now it's time to go, divvy up with mine and yours. I'll be back to shine some more right after I get high.
Down the street, I see an awkward-looking human being. I talked to him immediately and offered him the scenery. I stopped and felt the energy. He talked about the complexity of the outer limits, and to me, he was as wise as an old man can be. An MC's what I plan to be. Do you speak upon random things like the feelings that a hammock brings, or do you keep it in between the lines of sanity? I told him that I manage these songs with almost no profanity. I just use the gift God handed me, plus the wishes a genie granted me. I keep things off truths with context, as complex as a DNA strand can be. I browse for odd truths and objects as condensed as lies in humanity. He said he understands and sees my passion to become a grand MC. Then he asked for my family fit onto this van speed. When I was 6, my dad vanished me. Recently, my mom passed. You see, trouble and hardship goes in between. That leaves a beer can for me. Now my brothers look out for me. Where when we were young, stealing wasn't boundaries. But now I can count on these bros for almost anything. I know I owe a million deeds for all the help they've given me. I looked up to them because they're interesting. Interesting's a quality. Quality is all in me. I hear the world calling me, telling me I have to excel to be one with the melody. The drums have just fell on me. I'm sorry, now I'm rambling. I don't know where my manners be. Do you need batteries? He said no need for an apology. What you've said is solid. See, and sad to hear about your mom. Was she? It's okay, she had diabetes and asthma. At times she couldn't breathe. Her death was inevitable, but still early. Thank you for your thoughts and worries. I have to aim to be more than just a lame MC. For what I do is just a hobby. Why make songs that are sloppy? Look and see, my brain won't sleep. Absolutely no vacancies, no room for standing queries. My mind is like blades of fury. All my life I trained to be something out of the ordinary. I would hate to be plain, you see. If I am, this is my obituary. I'm wandering around aimlessly for so long that the days can't be counted. I found that it may be because at times I shake uncontrollably. The soul in me is old times 3 and grows bigger like an orchid tree. This is me like a Christmas tree and breathtaking for all to see. Don't consider me a prodigy, cause I bet that I will probably never ever be on TV, and honestly that is fine by me. I'm writing these rhymes to free my thoughts that I'm pondering. You are you and I am me. Emotion is what these songs can bring. Fuck the laws of gravity, let's fly into the sky, don't panic please. For in a while we'll land on these platforms without damage me. I'm writing these rhymes to free my thoughts that I'm pondering. You are you and I am me. Emotion is what these songs can bring. Fuck the laws of gravity, let's fly into the sky, don't panic please. For in a while we'll land on these platforms without damage me.
Waiting for the beat to hit, treating it with respect. I reach within, twist my neck. People grin, I disconnect. I diss them next and miss the exit near the intersection. It's complex like I fix the bet, I'll twist the facts. I'll kick some ass and quick to slash with getting axe and split you fast. But switchers pass from a distant land. This is a quest to make some sense. It's obvious, common sense. It's audited in the audience. It's promising compliments like bothering ostriches. But confidence in the mainstream. I'm confident when I daydream. No consequence in its native scene. It's a constant mess. Truth is fading. I'm aging rapidly, happily drinking Snapple tea. I'm rapid singing, laugh at things, don't trample trees. If you're not relevant, listen when I'm telling it. It's relevant. Eloquence, the smell of it reeks of intelligence. Listen when I'm telling it, it's relevant. Eloquence, the smell of it reeks of intelligence. My brutal conversation's always crucial on the stage, and when doing observations for you and all my favorites, I'm confused from contemplation. Booze of condensation. You who for combination, voodoo for concentration. As soon as populations know the truth of compensation, I'm sure you'll stop the hate. Who knew my obligation was to get intoxicated? I'm sitting on a seat of saw, thinking hard to a beat that's raw. To beat my flaws, I sing a song. If I sing it wrong, I sleep it off. I dream a lot. I need my thoughts to perform when I sleep and walk. I creep and stalk, so please don't talk. You wake me up when days are tough. I'm amazed enough the way things suck. Don't play with trust, the game is fucked. Don't negate your lust. Say, hey, what's up? Do your best to combine truth and sex to bruise your chest. Doodle text to cool my breast. I'm used to stress, I use it less. It produces a mess. I give a fuck less. Who's impressed? I fill my brain up with knowledge to its mental capacity. People say I'm full of useless facts like periodicals in a library, but that will never stop me from laying down tracks properly. Knowledge to me is what hip-hop should be. One day I'll be on Jeopardy. You can't step to me, I left my feet. No gravity is grabbing me. If you test, you see you'll catch leprosy. Don't be mad at me for ad-libbing. You can't step to me, I left my feet. No gravity is grabbing me. If you test, you see you'll catch leprosy. Don't be mad at me for ad-libbing. My brutal conversation's always crucial on the stage, and when doing observations for you and all my favorites, I'm confused from contemplation. Foods of condensation. You who for combination, voodoo for concentration. As soon as populations know the truth of compensation, I'm sure you'll stop the hate. But who knew my obligation was to get intoxicated? Did you know I'm a kid? Rhymes begin to climb your wig. Lines within our primal sins. I defend the time put in, higher than existence. Combine two men called giant squid. They bend the laws of science fiction like interplanetary systems. I rhyme with them to find true zen. Life's a 10 when I'm their friend. I listen, why pretend? They create gem by the gem. Diamond in the rough again. I admit I look up to them. As soon as I get up again, I'll be sure to shake their hands. But being awake is bland. I'm dreaming to take my land back. I'm needing to make a plan. Stop eating the cake from Iraq. From yellow cake to yellow 5. Sleepwalking, I'll survive. Detoxing is a lie. Deep thoughts fill my mind. I will design thrills that shine with skills of mine. When hills incline, I feel my rhymes kill at times the skills inside my brilliant mind. I will design thrills that shine with skills of mine. When hills incline, I feel my rhymes kill at times the skills inside my brilliant mind.
Elevation. Elevation. Elevation.
Elevators to elevation. Elevators to elevation. Elevators to elevation. Elevators to elevation. Elevators to elevation. Elevators to elevation. Elevators to elevation. Elevators to elevation.
Elevators to elevation. The only thing that matters is your concentration. Only you know what to choose to do. Draw your conclusions and assess full resignation. A task well done, a goal just won, a bright mark on your history. A thing to look back on and to think of fondly. In all aspects of your life, you need to think twice, chart out those destinations. They ask you the questions, you answer without hesitation. Everything you do is just a skill, a mental ability based on will. Practice and learn, it's how humans work. Start the fire and feel it burn. It's you getting better, if only you tried. Fight back the apathy and get ready to fly. Nothing is stopping you and I from climbing the walls that are the roots of the American dream. That stupid fallacy, but watch me brush it aside. Jump to the highest mountainside, a pit stop for where I'm going. Nobody knows where, but it'll be years away from here. Plenty of time to elevate my mind. Get ready for my next leap in evolution.
Elevators to elevation. 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 To help with waking, I'm gonna tell it straight and demonstrate it. Catch a train to the highest mountain. Mountain of youth is what I'm down. And see the truth of what's one from about. And see this brutal rise from infancy to teenagers. We need to regroup to get high to touch. Mystery of schemes later in life tend to bite you in the ass. But if you grasp this simple concept, it'll defining factor, but never fumble. Step up the ladder, visit the clouds before your life shatters. Vision in towns to reach your next platter. Listen to sounds with bizarre patterns. Escape your chateau, rise like hot air to the next plateau, but don't stop there. Cause there's potential of endless possibilities when you use a pencil. Or you can toss a pill to me, I'll swallow it down just to get high. Now follow the pound of the bass line. Like the pep club once said, I'm on another plane with thoughts in my head where you feel no pain. The act of ascension is what he speaks of. Walking up steps and sure to teach stuff to the whole nation. If it takes a while, just try to be patient. You can hop down tiles, become a secret agent. Arrive with a smile, but just remember how you got there, and it's not rare. Elevators to elevation.